This is Judge Joe Brown, and you're watching We All Be News TV, the
News-free Dixie.
News-free Dixie for the 21st century.
And of course, Mike Dennis is here, and we were talking earlier in the segment about being able to capture Baba Dick Gregory in this, these moments where his vibrancy is so necessary, and the lessons that he taught us about activism and cultural history are important. And we have a guest on the line that shares that with you, Mike.
Yeah, let's jump right into it. So with us on the line is a friend, a co-compatriot, I guess. I'm trying to think of the vocabulary that exists to introduce Mr. Ronald P. Hurd from We All Be TV. How you doing, man?
It's an honor to be on, Brother Mike, and with your co-host. It's definitely an honor.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had talked. I mean, we connected. We have the mutual, I guess, I don't know, just the.
We in a special club. We in a special club
with Baba Dick Gregory, and we talked about like collaborating or being on each other's shows prior to this, and it's kind of a bittersweet thing that this will be our first opportunity to really share. But I love and respect what you do too. For those who don't know, what is We All Be?
Oh, We All Be is an organization. It stands for World Enriching, Activating, Liberating Love Beautification Experience. I was inspired actually by Sun Ra to pursue this path. I'm a big fan of Sun Ra. I know y'all headquartered out in Philly. See, I know about the Sun Ra experience.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
And you bill yourself as the archivist.
Oh, yeah. I'm just an activist plus artist. I mean, Dick Gregory was an artist. I mean, you're an artist. Anybody who used their creativity to help empower people who are for social justice and positive social change, to me, they are artists.
Right. And you start. How did you first connect with Baba Dick?
Well, I was recommended by Marcus Jones, the father of Michael Bell of the Gen of Six, which was 10 years ago, which is incredible. He told me to get in touch with Baba Gregory. And so I actually called the number he gave me, and a lady answered the phone. I think in hindsight it was Lillian, because she's very shy, and sometimes she might pretend to be somebody else. What Baba Gregory would tell me. So she told me the number to fax in the request, but I actually waited 3 years later to do it. Back in 2011, and something that went across my mind. I need to just go ahead and get in contact with this elder, because every time I saw him on the State of the Black Union with Tavis Smiley, he always stole the show. That was like our Black Super Bowl back in the day before we had a Black president. There was State of the Black Union. Everybody had to tune in.
Chemtrails. Organ stealing. He got, one thing, his presence, there's no way you could not experience Baba Dick Gregory, even, at any stage in his life, and not come away enlightened and changed in some way.
Yeah, he was definitely a holy man. I mean, me, Brother Mike, we're part of a special club. The folks he loved to curse out and cuss out and show out on. But we stood in for the people, though, because people would ask me questions to ask him, and I just take the brunt of it because I know it's bigger than me. Because what we did, Brother Mike, was special. We actually educated a whole generation of new soldiers for the movement.
That's right. By
sharing this information, regardless how it looked on us, we stood in for the people because it spoke to his frustrations. Because how good it was, what a blessing it was to have a Baba Gregory. We were heard what Ambassador Andrew Young said recently on Meet the Press. Two elders, right? Mm-hmm. Two different points of views. Both was with King. But some stayed true to the course, others took another path. But that's another story.
Right. But I think you were luckier than me, because, I mean, you started out on Blog Talk Radio getting cussed out.
Yeah.
By the time you got to the video cameras, you kind of learned the way to navigate it a little bit better.
Mike wasn't prepared to become a meme. He wasn't prepared to become a meme. He didn't even know that it existed until somebody emailed it to him, and then he realized
I didn't ask you that.
Being part of his cuss out, where has now been immortalized and gone viral.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The lessons learned, though,
definitely,
are far more important. Lessons learned are far more important than any of that, because the passion's there. So what are some of the lessons that you take away?
Well, I just want to say, Mike, we are pioneers. Somebody had to set the table for you to come along to order to have the blueprint on it. So I feel honored to be a part of that legacy. We both are part of this legacy, which is a living legacy. And like I said, Baba was a holy man, man. Even though he cussed a lot and he acted fool and turned it up, as they say, he had a message. He was full of substance, always. He was always about the love of the people. He talked about being a soldier, being down for the cause by any means necessary, being committed to something larger than yourself. So I learned that from him. And also being willing to give, because there's two types of people in the world, really. When it comes down to it, it's the givers and the takers. And Baba was the ultimate giver. He gave so much of his time. You can't get your time back. He gave so much of his wisdom, his talents, his energy. He put everything on the line for what he believed in.
And I think that's what gave him energy.
Yes.
I think it just circulated back into him. Like, you know, I mean, and I guess the enlightenment for me was this man woke up every single morning, you know, read stacks of newspapers. And when we first met him, you know, there was another room and it was just covered with that day's newspapers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back and you look at video and TV of him in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
He's at a newsstand buying newspapers. I mean, you know, and just to see through the cracks of what now people are starting to say mainstream media, but he was well ahead of the game, as they say. So,
yeah.
So, you know, you can't consider anything that Baba Dick shared without affecting the way you think, changing your way of seeing things. So.
Now, he was a thought provocateur, number one. He definitely was a thought provocateur. He provoked you to think. And I always say that knowledge is the currency of the universe, and he said that information is power. Like he said, bad information is bad power. Good information is good power, but it's power nonetheless to be in the know.
Indeed. And Ronald, I got to ask you, I love the lilt in your voice. Where are your people from?
I'm from Memphis, down Mississippi way, South Carolina, Kansas, Michigan, little mix there, like, you know, the whole Great Migration thing.
Yes, indeed. Well, and that's part of the reason why I asked, because I think it's also important for us to understand that, you know, and this is something that I have really embraced because I've been doing my own family history research, but this idea of the places and spaces where we have gone, and yet and still there's a universality to some of the way that these world events and national events are impacting us.
Right.
And so the fact that Mike is here in Philly and he's representing, and you're in Memphis and you're also capturing these conversations and trying to capture these moments in time, and you now have this archive to be able to share with us is important, because we've got to understand that we are not in our own little silos separated from what's happening in the world.
That's
that
right.
It is a universal kind of coming together that is necessary for us. And so you being able to share your conversations with Baba Dick and Mike being able to share his as well will give us some treasured memories that we can call on as we continue to fight injustice.
I definitely agree. I never thought I was going to be, signed up for this type of assignment. I know Brother Mike didn't know what he was getting into as well. We never know, because we doing the work, we doing God's work. I ain't talking about going to church every Sunday or Wednesday, but you doing the work you was meant to do. And when you do those type of work, opportunities continue to manifest itself. You know, when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you get all types of favor.
Right.
So it's definitely a blessing to be a part of this club with Mike.
Yeah, amen. And the transformation. I mean, things. I don't know. I mean, you continue to. I mean, we only did 3 sessions, but you pretty much had them on every month for a while. When was the last time?
Oh, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, it was like on the anniversary of Dr. King's death in Memphis, 49 years ago. I talked to him April 4th, 2017, just a couple blocks away from where Dr. King was crucified. His good friend, Dr. King. So, I mean, it was very prophetic. I mean, I didn't even think about what I was doing, because I just assumed that Baba would be around forever like everybody else. He'll never die, right? I thought he'd be back for the 50th in Memphis, but he only made it to the 49th. And he was like a prophet. Like, the way he looked, he was like a Old Testament, prophet. Telling all the things, because people kept on saying he got it wrong. He got everything right. He'll put you in the right neighborhood. He might not get you in the right house, but he'll put you in the right neighborhood and the right zip code. And he wants you to do the rest of the work. He did so much for us already. And he was like, he lived a lot in them 84 years. A lot of living in those 84 years.
Yeah, you taught you to listen, and people they say it's parables. I just think you just have to filter your information, because everything there's passion and truth in everything that ever came out of his mouth, and you may certain things may attract you to the information,
right?
But then if you look at it again and again, here's somebody that spoke it March at Selma, who took turkeys, down during the civil rights. Medgar Evers, just a real direct connection to history. And
he was the inspiration for Freedom Summer too, brother Mike. He was the inspiration for Freedom Summer '64. The veterans said he was the inspiration for that.
March on Washington, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you posted information about his homegoing on your Twitter.
Right.
What can we share before we let you go?
Well, basically, his homegoing will be September the 15th through the 17th. It's going to be a weekend celebration out of this world, beyond category, as Duke Ellington used to say. So I hope I meet you, brother Mike, in person there, because it's going to be extraordinary. I can't share the details, but what's going to go down that weekend is going to be phenomenal.
Okay, well, I'll connect with you or Brother Glenn Ellis, who's a dear friend, and I'll make every effort to be there. But just spend more time. Maybe that's an opportunity for us to really connect deeper. So I thank you for taking the moment to share your thoughts and just uplift and shine that light on Bob. He definitely is an inspiration and will be missed. So.
Definitely, we love you all, Melly. Keep on doing the God's work.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Ronald. And again, that's We All Be TV. So we want everybody to look up Mike's catalog on Real Black TV of the conversations with Baba Dick Gregory. So much of this idea of passing down of wisdom is